What's up guys, Pierce Visions here today with a new video. In this video I'm going to be talking about the Xbox One reveal, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. So let's talk about it. Okay, so basically the first thing that I want to get into, before I go into the specs and the features and stuff that we know so far, I want to talk about the reveal itself, and I want to talk about, the shock and awe factor of the reveal. First off, I wasn't impressed. I wasn't really impressed with anything that they did. I mean, everything they did just seemed like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Oh yeah, that's cool. It wasn't like, oh my god, that is amazing. I could not live without that, or something to that effect, you know? It was just like, yeah, well, whatever. And the same thing with PlayStation. I mean, it's not just Xbox. PlayStation's, I was just like, yeah, okay. I mean, that's cool. I might use that once or twice. I felt like Xbox's approach with like the TV stuff and the voice commands and stuff like that, I was a little bit more impressed with that as far as features of the console, not like games, because we know it's going to play games. That's a given. There's going to be good games on it. It's going to be a next generation of games. That's a given. But I think Xbox focused more on the features of their console and TV and apps stuff, which they said E3 is going to be all about games, which I see the approach today. They were wanting to show people the features of it and the hardware, but they didn't really get into games. I mean, I don't know why people are getting upset. We know it's going to play games. Like, you act like it's just not going to be games anymore. No, and a console is evolving like a phone did. When phones, back in the day, the little Nokia phones that were just simply calling and texting, that was a phone. And now what do phones do? They do so much more. You can play games, you can watch movies, you can do all kinds of stuff on a phone that you couldn't do before. So that's what's going on with Xbox. You can do more than just play games on it. So let's get into the specs. These are what we know so far. I don't think we know, or at least I don't know, what the graphics processor is. It's an 8-core CPU. We know that much. It'll have 8 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, which is DDR3 is more focused on the CPU and having things be quick, and as soon as you click on it, pop up, which we saw during the reveal. Everything was fast, responsive, very, very fast. So that's where that comes in. A 500 gigabyte hard drive is what it's rumored to have built in, or it is going to have that built in. I think it said that at the reveal. A Blu-ray drive, which we expected, and the biggest thing that I think separates it from the PlayStation 4 so far, I don't know if Sony has said anything about it, is this console, you can't remove the hard drive. But with that said, you can have an external hard drive. There is an external hard drive port, which to me is really awesome, really awesome, because with the being able, you have to download the games and stuff, which I think is cool. Discs get scratched too easily, so I like the fact that you have to download the game. I don't like to be forced to do something, but I would do it anyway. I do it now anyway. But as far as like the built-in recorder, to record your games, and the editing software that they said they're going to have, you're going to need a big hard drive. And I'm sure they're going to have 500 gigabytes as maybe the standard, and then maybe a 750 as like the upgraded version. But an external hard drive port, that's awesome. So if I want to plug in a 1.5 terabyte external hard drive, boom, there you go. And I can take my stuff everywhere, hook it up to a friend's console, whatever. That's pretty cool. It's not backwards compatible with Xbox 360 games, which makes sense because the architecture has changed. Therefore, the coding for the games would have to change, and they're not going to take the time to do all that. And I know with the Xbox at first, it wasn't, or the Xbox 360 at first wasn't backwards compatible, but later on in its life cycle, I believe they patched it in, which they might still do with 360 games. You really never know. There's a new controller, which is pretty cool. I mean, it looks weird now, but the Xbox 360 controller looked weird to me too when it first came out. So we'll just have to see. I mean, Personally, I don't like PlayStation controllers because I think they're really tiny, and I have kind of big hands, so those little tiny controllers don't really work for me. And the Xbox ones, there's really nothing wrong with Xbox controllers except for the fact of the D-pad, which supposedly they redid the whole D-pad. So if that works out, it'll be a perfect controller. It's near perfect now, but with the D-pad fixed, it could be almost perfect. Not backwards compatible. Oh, the TV stuff that they're talking about. The biggest thing that I like is I'm a huge NFL fan. So, and I play Fantasy League every single year. So the fact that they have like a built-in, like side by side, you can watch the game, see your fantasy team at the same time. That's just really awesome to me. And like I said, it's evolving to become more than a gaming console. But calm down, it still will play games and it still will look fantastic. People, don't get all panties all tied up in a wad, okay? So that stuff's really cool. The fact that you can watch your TV on your Xbox is pretty cool because then it's super easy to switch back between games and TV. But I mean, it's not necessary technically, but I think it's cool. You can have your TV, or you can have Connect. You can voice command everything, which is really awesome. I mean, I know Connect has some voice command now, but you walk in the room and you say Xbox on. I mean, that's pretty cool. Although I feel like I'd get trolled sometimes. Like if someone came in my room and said something, maybe like turn it off or something, and it might turn off. I mean, it just seems like it might have a little kinks in it that they might have to work out. Maybe it'll only go to your voice. That might be a possibility. But yeah, I'm looking forward to E3 for the simple fact that they're going to do all games at E3. As far as like what I saw at the reveal, I know they didn't really do much on games. It was more on current franchises, which I don't think is a bad idea, because in my mind, just because we're having new consoles doesn't mean we should just fuck all the other franchises, forget it, we're just gonna drop them all and go to new shit. No, that doesn't work for me. I like to still have my Call of Duties and my my Dead Spaces and my Fables. That's another thing. I really wanted them to unveil Fable 4. I was really looking forward to it, and it didn't happen. But at E3, I'm looking forward to hearing about a bunch of new games, hopefully Fable 4, and hopefully see what the graphics look like. I also want to know what their GPU is going to be, because they haven't really said much about it, and I think we need to know. So basically, the gist of it is, I think it was a very underwhelming conference or reveal, but I think they hit the nail on the head to what they wanted to do, which was show the features of their console, and I think they did that fantastically. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay, and peace out, guys.